Hi guys, David Penn
Jonathan Farr.
from World Magic Shop, and we feel saddened today that we have to make a statement about some past events that's been going on sort of behind the scenes.
That's right.
Regarding Will Tsai. I'm going to read the statement first of all, and then we're going to elaborate on it and just have a little bit of a chat about how we feel about this situation. We are pleased to announce that Evolve and the Creator Live are now both in stock and shipping at World Magic Shop. At this moment, both of these releases are exclusively available from World Magic Shop in the UK and Penguin Magic in the USA. Unfortunately, they will not be distributed through our preferred distributor, Murphy's Magic Supplies. Will Tsai has said that he has video evidence that proves that these two releases from Nicholas Lawrence are unethical and should not go ahead. We as a company have reached out to Will Tsai on numerous occasions and asked to see the video evidence. After repeatedly asking to see this evidence, it has certainly not been forthcoming. We have asked on 5 separate occasions to see the evidence. It's 5 now, we had another email since then. 5 separate occasions to see the evidence in email communication that lasted well over a week. We have done our due diligence with these brand new releases and now continue to fully support Nicholas Lawrence with these releases. At World Magic Shop, we pride ourselves on the quality of our material, and these 2 latest are certainly from a brilliant mind. Other dealers that wish to carry Evolve and the Creator Live are invited to contact us directly. John, the reason we're making this statement today is that unfortunately Will Tsai has took it upon himself to send out a defamatory email to some very well-known producers
quite disturbing
in Magic. It is disturbing, and we'll tell you why in a moment. In this email, which we've already heard back from a couple of our colleagues that we've been working with over the past 6-7 years, Will actually says that Jonathan Farr and David Penn have produced product from our creative archive without our consent. Now, all this started quite some time ago when we approached our preferred distributor and said, hey, we've got a brand new product, just like you probably do if you're a producer of Magic. Would you like to carry it? And the team there said that Will Tsai said he had video evidence that proved conclusively that the creative archive at Sans Mines had been infiltrated and breached in some way, and it was unethical for us to produce this release. So, like I referred to in the statement, in communication that lasted well over a week, we went back and forth with emails with Will Tsai and constantly said to him, please show us the evidence.
Yep.
And I'm just going to read a bit from one of those emails. This is our words to Will. In your rather insulting email, he did get a bit that way, you question the ethics of our company. So let's have a game of ethical poker right now, and we are willing to go all in. This email was sent to Will on the 7th of December, I should say, which is about a week before either one of these products shipped. It was still in our warehouse at this stage, or just arriving at the warehouse. If you show us the video evidence, or screen record, or Skype call, or jamming session, because the story changed a few times, didn't it? And allow us to examine the video, we are willing to pull the release. As a company, we really felt that we couldn't do anything more than that.
Yeah.
Will said that he got video evidence. The first time we spoke to him over email, he actually wrote back and said he'd got no interest in talking to us.
Yeah, which is strange.
We found that very weird because obviously he was blocking one of our releases by saying that video evidence was out there that he could conclusively prove made these two releases unethical.
Yeah.
We explained that that's our position and nobody involved in this communication can question our ethics and as a result not carry this release. With a potential profit to be lost from all parties, we can't take you at your word, Will, no matter how attacking and dismissive you become in your communications. Many people say attack is a form of defence, and only a psychologist could determine why you have chosen this tact. Now, once again, Will has sent out an email yesterday to colleagues of ours, and a couple of them are now in possession of all the facts, Will. And so I'm using his name there.
Yeah.
In one of the emails, Will actually threatens me with his high-powered lawyer at Sans Mines and says if I use the name Will Tsai and Sans Mines in any sort of communication, he's going to come after us. And like I said, Will, if you could make that after Blackpool, if you could take us to court after the Blackpool Convention, because we're quite busy getting some releases ready for Blackpool. But he's threatened us with court action if we use his name, and we were willing to kind of keep this behind the scenes. But once he sent out this defamatory email yesterday, we really have no choice
but to make the statement.
Make the statement and invite anybody that's received this latest email from Will, which he sent out on the 16th of December from the Sans Mines team, the one where he accuses us of stealing from his creative archive, even though we've done our due diligence. We've reached out to him on 5 separate occasions and said, Will, please show us the evidence. If you show us the evidence, we'll pull the release. He is now saying that we're unethical as a company, and rather disturbingly, he seems to be holding Nicholas back as a creator. And
that's the upsetting thing, I think.
Nicholas came over to our convention, and a lot of guys met Nicholas, and Nicholas is now a lifelong friend of mine. He's one of the good guys, and Will seems to be going to great extremes, and I mean extremes in his communication, to hold back Nicholas, which I find quite upsetting because he is a genuine friend of mine. And Will is even offering retailers in the magic world free magic from Sans Mines, increasing their margins if they choose not to carry Evolve and the Creator Live. He's going to all extremes to hold Nicholas back, and we've just had enough of it. Will, you said don't mention your name. You said don't mention your company name in your communication. You're a liar, Will. This email is full of lies. Anybody that's received this email, please get in touch with us, and we will happily forward you all the communication that we've had with Will Tsai
and Sans Mines,
and Sans Mines, being as ethical as we can. Nobody can ask any more of a company than if you show us any evidence, anything at all, that proves that these are unethical, that they're from your creative archive, we will pull the release. Something that seems strange to me is that if Evolve is from the creative archive of Sans Mines, why did they even bring out Travel by Jordan Victoria?
Like literally a few weeks prior.
Which is
it's a similar thing, but different.
Similar thing, completely different, and in our opinion, no disrespect to Jordan, is a great creator, but we believe evolved to be superior. Have you got anything you want to say about it, John?
I'm just disappointed with the whole thing. You know, in magic, everybody talks about being ethical and doing the right thing.
And we've made mistakes before.
And we have made mistakes, you know, but
Which is why
we like to think we've learned from those mistakes.
Which is why, when we heard there was video evidence out there, we were the first to approach Will, who had no interest in talking to us, strangely, and say, Will, please show us it. If you show us this little bit of video that proves this, we'll pull the release. You can't ask any more of a company.
And these emails it's like a web, and typical trait of a liar is the story changes over time, and you'll see, and again we invite you, if you have had this email, we'll happily forward you all the communication, you'll see how this web of lies is twisting and changing, and it's just, I can't get my head around how somebody can be like this with somebody that's so creative and obviously has given them projects, good projects in the past, but it's time for him to move on.
Nicholas wants to move on, and obviously that's his reasons. He would like to move on. We're continuing to support Nicholas in this matter. We're in possession of all the facts. We know Nicholas personally. We trust him implicitly, and with this evidence in front of us, we do not trust Will Tsai, and we're quite disgusted by the fact that he will go to any means to quash Nicholas's future career, any potential releases. And guys, I know it's difficult for you to decide what you think about this, but we're going on record and saying everything we're saying today is true. And if it's not, he can come and sue us, can't he? But he can't, because we're stating the truth. We're stating the facts. These are 100% facts that we're sharing with you today. We're not just going to put the emails online. That would be a bit disrespectful. But if you've received this email, which is defamatory towards me and John, the only thing we can do to prove that this is defamatory is share with you this past communication. We're happy to do it.
Which we have done to somebody, and they have since.
Well, we don't want to use any other names. I don't think that's fair.
I'm not, yes, we won't be
Other
doing
people have seen this evidence now and are starting to make their own mind up about Will Tsai. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
If you've taken the time to watch this video, you're probably a bit like us now. You've probably gone, wow.
It's rare that we do this sort of thing, but we want to do the right thing by the creator, by us as a company, and also to show how much of a liar Will Tsai is.
We're going to support the creator. We're going to continue to do that, and somebody that goes to such lengths to damage and quash that creative talent in this rich environment that is the magic world is very sad.